So how do I keep my cars clean? I know you guys ask me this question all the time, and it's quite easy. I don't wash them every single time, right? So the Integra I take to the track, I took it to Laguna Seca, I took it to Streets of Willow. I just literally took it out to the canyons, and it's absolutely filthy right now and dusty. And all I do, well, if it's muddy, I wash it. But if it's not muddy, if it's just a little dusty, I use my trusty Cali duster, 2 rags, and my favorite detailer. I don't care what you use, detailers detail it to me. So first, use your trusty Cali duster. Just run it along the surface of your car. Don't push down, just use the tool's weight or the duster's weight. I've had this one for about 15 years, never had any issues. I know some professional detailers will say, oh my gosh, that's so bad for your paint. But if you know how to use it, it's actually not bad. And any like fine scratches that you get with this, if any, you can polish out. And I don't have any issues. I ceramic coated this car, it's PPF'd, so I'm not really too worried. The Miata though, that's not PPF'd or ceramic coated, and I haven't had any swirls or scratches on that. As long as you know how to use a tool, you know, everything works out pretty okay. Now, once you got the most of it off, the dust, get your rag. All right, don't be cheap with your rags, use 2. If you could use 3, use 3. Spray down the surface really well, and then run your rag one way, scooping up all the dirt on one side of the rag. You don't want to go back and forth like this, like you see in a freaking car wash, because you're just gonna run all that dirt all over your car. All right, so I'm just gonna do the fender and the door for now. I don't have to do the whole car because it's gonna be a long ass video. So I like to do this. Then, you know, obviously flip it, make sure you get a clean side. Then once that's done, give it one little spritz. Then you can go back and forth and polish it out. I don't like to do circles because it's easier to buff out straight lines than swirls. So you'll never see me do this. It's always forward and back with the car. I don't go up and down because that's just weird. But yeah, this is pretty much it. I learned this about 3 years ago when we had a drought here in California and we couldn't wash our cars, because if you get caught washing your cars, you get a freaking ticket. So here's a car after a quick wipe down. Let me show you the surface here, because I know someone's gonna say that thing has gotta have swirls. Nope, I don't see any swirls here. How about on the hood? And it's hard to see right now because this paint is freaking super light. Not a swirl on here. How about on the pillar? Any swirls? You guys see any swirls? Crazy, right? If you know how to use the tools, you won't have any issues. And yes, I've had plenty of detailers tell me the past few years that you shouldn't use a Cali duster and whatever, but I've never had any issues. Again, if you know how to use the tools, you guys will just, you won't have any issues. I mean, I don't know how else what to tell you, but see that? I gotta put this on like a proper lighting setup so you guys can see, but you know, absolutely no swirls on the paint here. All right, you detailers, I'm sure you guys can see if there are any blems, but it looks pretty good. Twice a week I do this, and the cars usually don't need washing.